everybody, Bridget Brigade here, and in this video we will be talking about Court of Thorns and Roses, which, yeah, I read a few months back, and I'm going to talk about it now. Okay, so this book happens to be a retelling, sort of Sarah J. Maas fairy style retelling of Beauty and the Beast, and in my case, I kind of gave it a 3.5 out of 5 because I wanted to be lenient. Reality, my thoughts was like, it's more towards 3 stars out of 5 stars, but in reality, 3.5 was me just being lenient because, yeah, it was an interesting story to read through. And, yes, there was some kind of like lewd scenes that also got me a little bit more interested, and I was like, okay, I could be lenient with this book. Not too bad. However, this book had some difficulties with me swaying my decision on giving it more than 3.5 stars. And here is why I didn't give it any more than 3.5. There were some parts where the story felt like it was a little bit too rushed. Sarah J. Maas could have gone a little bit more in detail with some parts, but then she felt like she was dragging on other situations as well where she could have been a little bit more rushed on. But then again, this is a story. This is a retelling about. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling about fairies, and one human girl that got turned into a fairy. Spoiler warning. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's why I didn't give it anything past 3.5 stars. This book, just like a few other YA fiction that likes to add smut scenes, like very lewd scenes involving a whole lot of nakedness, and I say nakedness with a grain of salt because there was a lot of it towards shortly before Farah had to go to the mountains just north of the Spring Court, because that's where she got taken to, the Spring Court, obviously, and she pretty much did it how many times with Tamlin? And I'm just like, how more lewd can one be in order to get to from one place, from point A to point B, to finishing off the book on a high note? I think it didn't take very long for Sarah J. Maas to do that. 3 smut scenes later, lewd scenes later, oh, we have to go to the mountain. Okay. However, the book did start and finish off at a good note, so I'm gonna give. That's why, look, the whole reason as to why the Sarah J. Maas book got 3.5 stars out of 5 was not because of how rushed or how dragged on certain parts were, or the fact that there was a few lewd scenes that did not expect to come out of this Beauty and the Beast retelling. It was the fact that, yes, started off good, ended off good, kept me wanting to read the book from start to finish, and yes, it kind of made me think, okay, there was a few things wrong with it, but it did start and finish on a good note. It did make me think of it as a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I think she wanted to do that. And I thought, when finishing this book, that she was gonna leave it like that, just a Court of Thorns and Roses. But no, I have the 2 other goddamn books right there that I have not finished the second. I barely started the second book. And that's on me. It's just, do I really want to read the second and third books of the series? I don't know. I honestly don't know if I want to. I mean, I started on the second book, but I haven't really got too into it. I pretty much DNF'd it, which means did not finish. If you guys are, don't know too much of the whole term, booktuber term and all that stuff, the I did not, I DNF'd book 2 and went straight into reading the Folk of the Air series, which in the first book review video that I've done for this channel, I actually talked about the Cruel Prince that I finished reading a few weeks back, but I was like, okay, since I did the Cruel Prince book review, why not do the book review for this book? Because, yeah, why the heck not? So anyway, yes, that is a series that I did end up starting, but like the second book of the Folk of the Air series, I did not finish the series. Like the Folk of the Air series, I just did not finish it. Did not keep up to date with it. Um, it was just because I was like, oh, I'm quite satisfied with where I left off, and that was just my opinion about it. in all honesty, I just picked it up, didn't finish, hoping to finish pretty soon, but who knows when that's gonna be. Probably soon though, since now I'm off for the next month. Well, but anyway, beside the point, yeah. Um, am I ever going to continue reading the Court of Thorns and Roses series? I don't know yet. I gotta think through it. If this was 3.5 stars out of 5, who knows what the other books may be? Will they be 1.5 out of 5? Will they be zero point 0.5? I don't know. Um, I don't think I even want to find out until I get to that point. When I run out of books, as I just said, or try to say, as when I get closer to finishing all the books that I have to read. Um, the next book that I'm hoping to make a book review video on is The Wicked King, but then again, we'll have to see how that turns out. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video, and I'll catch you guys in the next stream/video if you guys come to either or. Until then, if you guys like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye!